Hi everyone. I'm a little bit late getting on, but welcome to the live and the replay. Hi. It's a late night, but we'll let everybody join who's awake. Hi Stacy. Hi Brandy. Hi Danielle. Hi Yogi Ali. Hi. Oh my gosh, so many. Hello. Hope you all are having a wonderful night. If you're here in the States or Canada or Mexico, today was such an interesting day, and I actually felt like I might have gone on a live Monday. That didn't work. So then today's Tuesday, and then we had this storm come through, which I could go on a live or I could watch the storm. So I selected to watch the storm. And I know we had all these warnings, but we ended up with a tornado not too far from our place. And so that was interesting. And then we took some donations to the animal shelter because the tornado hit the shelter and it took their roof off. So that's been my day. And now I was like a little tired, but also kind of on like maybe adrenaline. I don't know. I'm awake still. So I thought, oh, I'm going to go on a live because I've been wanting to come on for a little bit. So I don't know if y'all had as an adventurous day as that. But I hope that you all are having a nice night. And my hair is like all wild from the wind. So anyways, you can check out stories if you're interested in all of that fun stuff. But I just want to preface before I get started, because it's something that kind of, you might hear in the background. Right when I come in, all of our fur family wants to come in. So we have 2 dogs and a cat right now, and probably the other cat will join us. And they make noises and fight and play and all that. So if you hear it, there we go. It's already starting. But I'm so happy that you guys are here. I figured I would come on, and I love to tune in for questions. I was thinking, some questions for the collective. So you can put those through in the chat or in the little question mark at the bottom there. Sometimes the chat gets, I don't know, it just gets really busy. It's hard to keep track. So there's a question mark button at the bottom as well. And what else? Oh, and then there was a couple of things. Oh, yeah, I've just been working a lot behind the scenes. I was thinking, why haven't I gone on a live in a while? I'm like, oh, yeah. So I have the podcast and an awesome new episode's coming out on Friday, which I'm super excited. It's one from the Light Working Conversation series where I have my friend Connie Parker on, and we talk about her adventures with a conversation, and more than that, it's like her friendship with Tilikum the whale that was in captivity before he crossed over. And then we talk about all kinds of animal spirits and nature and all of that. It's just, she's an amazing intuitive healer, so it's just really fun conversation. And that will come out on Friday on the Spirit and Soul Healing podcast. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. And then I also have, I'm going to check on questions in a sec, but I'm just letting y'all put them through if you have any. But I also have a retreat coming up I'm doing with my friend Teresa at the end of April. So keep your eyes out if you're interested. And okay, so here's one question. And also I will say, if we haven't met, I channel my guides and I'll channel archangels, and I clairvoyantly read energy from auras and chakras. And then I work with the Council of Light, and they've been around, so they might come through tonight as well. So let me see. Oh yeah, Yogini Ali. What is happening in the collective right now? What can we expect for the first few months of 2023? Yes, so I'd asked my team, if that would be something that they wanted to bring through for the readings at the very beginning of the month, and they mentioned, if you listen to the podcast, the first Friday of the month, I think is when it came out. I feel like it was around the 6th or something like that. But they started to talk about this concept. It's coming through again, so let me flow into it. They're saying there's going to be lots of waves. Some are micro, like little tiny waves, and some are huge waves. And depending on how we hold our frequency and what vibration we're in, and how much cleansing and healing we've done. And they're also saying that is based on how attentive and aware you are with your own energy. Then those waves and these cycles, these ebbing and flowings of frequencies, will have a different effect on us. So everybody will be experiencing what's to come in their own way. And for instance, just like there's a lot of emotions in the collective coming through. So we're in the 3rd week, I think, almost, yeah, just halfway through the 3rd week here of January. And they said it was going to start the 2nd week of January through the end of February, I think, where energy would be ramping up. And so if you are a sensitive, empathic, a seer, if you feel a lot of energy during the day and your dream time, you'll probably notice the influx of frequencies. And the vision that they're showing me is to keep your energy clear of attachments, like cords to other people or events, that you would be feeling an onslaught, tons of energy of emotion that doesn't belong, doesn't belong to you. And instead they're showing filling your aura with golden light. There's some peach and pinks in there with a little purple. And ask that the energy that you receive from others, that you sense from others, can be diluted or neutralized, healed, and come into a peaceful vibration so that you don't feel it come right at you. And then it can also help calm down their system. So it's through resonation that you would hold this vibrational frequency, and then the others around you would feel it. And that is because I do feel from every way that the answers come through that there will be something big coming. And they're not really telling me all of the details. In the first episode of this year, they were talking about it would just be too much. Like it would be too much for our nervous system, would be too much for our minds to really wrap around what's going to come. And I've already started seeing things. So it just depends where your awareness is at. Are you feeling the energy of the collective and your community? Are you seeing what's happening on the world stage? Are you looking at local mainstream kind of media, or are you seeing what's happening from citizen journalists and that kind of thing? So there's all these different truths, we'll say, different realities that people are living in, and then therefore each incident that comes up is going to it will affect all of us in a really different kind of a way. But the energy I'm hearing is intense and it's rampant. So it's these waves that just keep going and flowing. And they've been talking about maintaining they say sovereignty, your individual rights is what I'm hearing. And the way that I would translate that is, what is your energy and what is not? What is your mission and why are you called to be here? And to not get pulled off in all these other directions or get tangled and twisted into, they're saying, karma and drama and narratives, storylines, and emotional frequencies. It looks like a record player playing on repeat. So it's like, get out of the loop and clear your energy. So I'm just assuming, I'm just going to venture on to say that I feel like those of us that are here are light working warriors. Like I feel that we find each other. There's a reason we connect. It's our frequency. And so the message that I've been receiving is balance, clear, and maintain. So balance my energy, clear toxic frequencies, and maintain that vibration. Now, toxic frequencies, that term can mean something different to you than what it means to me. And to me, it's energy that just isn't supportive, it's disruptive, and it it tires me, it like just creates fatigue, and then I don't stay in my own frequency. And you'll feel that through life, and it's not always easy, it's a balance, because we also will notice that our energy will switch based on our relationships, based on the roles that we're playing and who's in our daily life. So right now, it is a little bit easier for me. My children have moved away. My husband, it's just the two of us and our fur babies. So I'm at a different stage in life. And even at that, like I mentioned, I've been feeling I wanted to come on alive for a little bit. And then the frequency of life happens. And I'm like, oh, I can't pop on right now. So here we are at night. But anyways, so one message is very, very strong and clear. Your energy is what's important. Those in your personal life, your community and family, that's of the utmost importance, right? So where do we start? We start at home, we start in our life, and we start with our own healing. And they showed me, it looks like the energy is going to be their words. It's just, what is this word? See, I'm hearing it, but I don't even know the word. Kitty wampus? Is that a word? Or skitty wampus or something? Just like really, really, really in fluctuation. And that will go through March, I'm seeing. And then it looks like April, May, and June. The energy just looks like different colors to me. So this energy is flowing through in this strong frequency. And it's kind of like the wind and the tornado that came through today. It's like pushing energy through. And in my stories, I shared a tiny bit where I was watching the clouds. After the rain came, we got 3 inches of rain in like 20 minutes and our roads flooded. And then I went outside and all of a sudden it had drained away, but we have those retention ponds. So I went to go on a walk, looking up and seeing the clouds, and you can see all of the different layers of clouds. And that's what it feels like. This energy is pushing through the end of March. And it's kind of like, what dimension, what layer of the clouds are you on? And some were going this way, some were going this way, and the sun was hitting, like in the most beautiful way, the sun was coming through. So to the answer, it's like they can't give one specific frequency to say this is this and this is going to happen and you're going to feel this. But just overall, it's going to be pretty active and for some very, very intense. And so our mission is to balance our energy, maintain and hold it in a really peaceful kind of a way. Okay, hopefully that helped. I feel like I'm in a channel today, so I might do that in a little bit. I'll get through the questions and see what messages also are coming in, because I can just feel them close by. But the last time, the one and only time that I did a physical vocal channeling on Instagram, the camera froze and my phone shut down and it deleted. So I'm just like, maybe we'll just stream. And if you're interested in what physical vocal channeling is, the energy gets really strong for that. It has a thing with electronics sometimes. But I have shared a couple, 2 Council of Light ones on the podcast just within the past few weeks. And you can find it on YouTube also. So the podcast is the Spirit and Soul Healing Podcast. And hi, Stacey. I'll come back to your question. I'm going to pop in this little question mark box at the right here. And thank you, Yogi Ali. Let me make sure that, yeah. What can we expect for the first few months? Okay, so I think they did share through March. And that I appreciate, because I really did. I sat down at the beginning of the year and they were like, no, we can't do a full year report. It would be way too much. So hopefully that helps. Just stay in your light, in your vibe, in your frequency every day and flow with it. And also I'll say what I'm getting is this reminder. So many of us, before I move on to the next question, so many of us are being called to step up like really, really step into our light. And I've had some conversations with other colleagues and friends, and it's kind of like, wow, everything is enhanced and really increased. And we are being presented with experiences that there was like not anything that could have really prepared in detail. So it's not like something you would have found in a textbook or that we were taught. And so we've been going within and really leaning on our integrity and our team and our light. And many of us have been accessing past life information to help right now through some of the personal experiences, and that's huge. So that is something I want to chat about real quick here. Past life frequencies right now are really coming through. So I would say, gosh, I don't know, maybe it's been like 6 weeks, and that's when my own past life stuff has been coming in an enhanced way. And then with clients and sessions and readings, I would say probably maybe the last 3 weeks, I would get at least a handful every week that were really, really profound. So I'm noticing this pattern and this theme, and I've done past life healing work since 2013 with the past life regressions and readings. And so I can share with you by, my experience that over the past decade, I am literally seeing right now where it's increasing. So if you're having dreams, if you're feeling, it could be a nighttime dream or a daydream, if you're feeling emotions come on that literally make no sense, or you're seeing patterns that are repeating over and over and over, and it's just like, man, why does this keep showing up in all these different relationships? I would absolutely look into past life healing. I personally have recently had a series of sessions for myself, and I feel like a completely different person in such a good way. It's like a part of me that I didn't know was missing. I now feel, I feel more like myself, even though I didn't know that I wasn't. So it's just enhanced, like in so many ways that your personality, you feel stronger and clearer, and more of the intuition strengthens, and you don't second guess yourself as much. And sometimes we have these thoughts and we're like, oh, I want to do this, or I feel that I meant to do that, but we don't really have the drive to do it. That is one thing that I noticed with mine. One of my sessions, I was like, gosh, why I'm feeling like I should be doing this, or it should be a little bit easier of a flow. What's going on? And so in that past life session that I had, there was some soul retrieval where I left some energy in another lifetime around that topic. And whoa, did it change? Like, I just feel so much better. So I would encourage it if you're interested. If you're feeling this is this message for you now, or you notice something, work with meditation, journaling, daydreaming also. And if you work with your guides, you can also ask them to help with that. And Archangel Ariel, Metatриel, Zachiel, and Jeremiel help with past lives. And then you have Raphael and Raguel who are going to help with the healing aspect of it, is what I'm getting. So there's a lot of support. And then if you want to work with somebody, I take sessions like this. I'm happy to refer others to you that I worked with, or, that I would recommend. And also at spiritschoolonline.com, I have a past life regression meditation. It's about 2 hours long, and you can go on and do that. And it really helps to bring the information to the surface. So yeah. Thanks, Stacy. Thanks. I know I went in to answer the questions, and then all these other ones just started streaming through. So I wanted to get it out. And it's funny, like as a channel, so I've been feeling a desire within to come on the live. And then I was like, it's quiet. And it is. It's really quiet. It's definitely that calm after the storm that's here. It's very quiet. The only thing outside are the frogs, because I live where it's warm. So even though it's January, the frogs are out there. And I was like, it's really, really quiet. So I'm coming to sit in here, and then I can hear the energy shift. So right when I sat down, getting ready to go on, I started hearing the energy shift. And that's clairaudience, feeling the energy come in to support our live. And then I could feel like when your when your clairs turn on and you're sensitive to energy, you also can feel the frequency hit your aura. So I started feeling it around this little hum, like this little vibration. And now that I streamed those past messages, it's calmed. It's like it just needed to get out. It just needed to be heard and come through. So thanks for thanks for confirming that you enjoyed the information. Um, okay, so we have a question from 333. What is the message for my love life right now? I need more clarity, and how do I heal my chronic hair loss? Okay. All right, yeah, I'll just pop through. So chronic hair loss, there are supplements or nutritional aspects that you can take, especially if you got sick over the past couple of years. And they say, it goes in stages. So I don't know how long you've lost it for, but physically, practically speaking, they're showing massaging and doing treatment on your scalp, and then seeing what you can eat for that. And like, I know if you looked into a functional doctor, they can help test what you might be low on. And then let me see if there's a specific energy thing about it. So, one moment. They're showing me my friend who she had COVID and lost half of her hair, and it also started to turn gray, and then it came back in color after she started like taking all these supplements. So that was the picture I showed. So I really feel like it's more of a physical thing than an energy thing. And then for your love life, let me tune in here. Wow. Okay. So I'm feeling like we were just talking about past lives. I'm feeling these multi-dimensional frequencies, and I heard the name Brandon, but it's almost like I feel that it sounds like an echo, like a past life. And so there's different frequencies overlapping. And I would go back to the message that we just spoke about and clear your energy. And you were seeing different past lives, betrayed in a past life, and then abandoned in one, left behind by your partner who went to war, it looks like, never came back. And it wasn't like they meant to leave you, it's just that's what happened. So those are two wounds that you're healing within yourself, within your system. And you may feel that fear come up. And sometimes when that fear comes up, what can happen is is that you'll notice the way you respond to certain scenarios, that pain or that hurt comes through in the physical. And so that vibration is a frequency that you would be holding within the relationships. And yeah, okay, they're saying it's fine to, they're just suggesting that I share that that was one of my past lives that came through, was something where a relationship in the past where somebody that I loved, we had like this falling out. And so in this life, I always questioned and always felt a little cautious in the relationship. But after I heal that past life thing, it's all smoothed out because there's nothing practical or factual about this reality that would have me believe or feel the feelings that I had. And so I had to really wrestle with these emotions and energies within. And that's similar to what they're showing for what can be creating this undercurrent, this hiccup of some of these relationships. They're saying you'll be successful. Don't stress. Like you're going to get it all cleared up, and things they're showing will turn around, and they literally show it turning around. And now I see the sun. So it's kind of like you're seeing, I don't know if you want to say, if you feel like you're at a lull, like a dark night of the soul, like a lull place where you're going within to heal, but it's like the light will come through and you'll start to see it. So that makes sense, I hope, because there's multiple aspects, but yeah, that's all they have to say. The energy just stops. So hopefully that really helps you, and hopefully it makes sense. So let me see. Looking here. Okay. So I'm going to take a couple out of the question mark, and then I'll go back into the chat and check on comments and see what you were saying, Stacy, for your question. Okay, Fazanish, I'm in a very difficult situation right now. You are, I can feel it. Do I have any messages from my guides? I literally feel like you're pushed from all these directions, like the energy's like this, and now you're feeling trapped or stuck. So, one moment. Yeah, they say you could do some energy work, release cords, strengthen your aura, and push the energy off of you, and that miracles can happen when you work in the astral realm. So, this can be shifted with energy and practicality. So, you'll start to get messages and ways and ideas in which you can find your way out of it. And I keep feeling like hope and assistance can come through in about 3 weeks. And they're saying for me to share that with you, but I'm trying to be cautious in the way that I don't, it's like cautiously sharing the information where I don't want you to wait for 3 weeks and hope that things will change. So you need to take action now in that continue moving energy around and asking for assistance. It feels like advice will come in, and there's 2 frequencies. Well, that's actually a third. 3 ways that it can come in. One feels kind of like very serendipitous, where you'll meet somebody or run into somebody and they'll say something. It's like this message from source will come through. The other way about it was if you were working with a professional, kind of like a counselor or a coach or somebody that is a mentor, even like, but in the professional way. And then the other way that came through was the conversation with a friend. So they're saying, there's something about trust and this vibration of knowing who to trust and feeling comfortable who you trust. So, the advice that they're giving is follow your intuition and stay very present inside and know what to share, when to share, with who. Don't do anything out of fear, but it's just like don't overly share. And then I feel like they're going to help you. So, clear cords, strengthen your aura, listen to positive music, and ask to release energy from your system that doesn't belong to you. So, yeah. So, hopefully that helps. And, oh, thank you, Magda, for the badge. That's really sweet. I just saw it pop up. Yeah. Okay. That's all I'm getting for the message. And hopefully that helps. So, thank you. And oh, hi Hazel. Thank you for the badge also. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. Um okay, let me go to the next one. I don't know if I deleted off the computer for a second. I had to fix my lighting. It turned dark. I could barely see the screen. So, okay, so embody energy or embody healing. The insides of my ears have been super cold and I've never experienced this before. It's really uncomfortable. Any information here for me? Okay. Wow, these questions are so interesting because like every question that's come through, I get this tiny, it's like an aspect of it. If you could take a little piece of a puzzle and apply it to your question, I've also had something that it could apply that I've recently experienced. And I was like, wow. So let me see exactly what they're sharing for you. Well, yeah, that's what I heard. Okay, you're going through reset. It's a neurological aspect too. It's literally like the your mind and your okay, so it's your brain and your nervous system is resetting. And why does it have to be cold? They're just saying that's the absence of light, which is energy or information, while you're resetting. So it's kind of like you're in this dormant state where they're showing me like when you close a computer and you boot it down and then it goes into hibernation mode and then it comes back on. So something about the energy around your ears is in a hibernation mode. And so what's happening is there's a lack of energy flow, but I feel like it's okay right now. Although I am hearing it's very uncomfortable. So, let's see what else. One part of it, there's a little bit of energy blocking and clogging in your ear chakra. So you could clear that out with maybe tuning forks or something like that. And then the rest of it just might need a little bit of time to reset. If you were to go get craniosacral therapy or energy work on your neck and your head, it feels like that will help balance out the reset and make it shorten the amount of time that it needs to take. So yeah, there's definitely something going on there, but it's kind of two different things again. So this is so fascinating to me because also lately I've been seeing in readings and sessions that things are multi-dimensional and there's a lot of aspects to what's happening. So we're all experiencing it, and that's probably why it's challenging to figure it out. But those are the two things that I'm getting for you. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go back in the chat now. Hi everybody. Welcome everybody that just popped on. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Stacy. Oh, I think that I saw your comment and I thought you had maybe asked a question. Let's see. Okay, so let's go back. I want to make sure I don't miss any, but I might, because you know what I noticed in the past too? Sometimes the comments in the feed disappear or I don't see all of them. So before, when it was like on the replays, it would show the comments. I would go through comments and I'm like, I swear I never saw those when I would scroll through. So if you really have a strong question, at the bottom, there's a question mark bubble just at the bottom, and put your question in there. Like right now I see 2 new ones. So, because I feel like I'm missing a few. Pelinar, a great unfair situation at work and I'm traumatized. Why is this happening? Will it have a good ending? I'm feeling like there's some energy pushing you to make a big change, and it doesn't feel good. Like it feels like when you say, "Well, have a good ending," I don't know what your idea of good ending is, but it feels like it's a big upheaval. And they're saying essentially at the end, you're gonna be strong and fine, but it doesn't look like it's gonna be easy. And I am feeling this vibration of unjust and unfair. And they're reminding, or they're saying, because I don't know if you're aware of this, there's a lot of aspects to this that are happening behind the scenes. And it's kind of like whoever would be in your position almost would be feeling this. So, it feels like a storm. It feels like energy coming from all different directions, and there's a layering to it. So not only whatever you're seeing or hearing or you're aware of what's happening, it feels like there's more energy behind that, and that can make it really unsettling for sure. So I'm hearing do the best you can to make any necessary adjustments. And I don't, obviously I don't know all the details, but it feels like you're going to be shifting or moving. So if that means if you move departments, if you leave company, go somewhere else, but or at least, or move and shift your energy and your mindset. It's like I want to avoid this strong wind coming at me, It's not daggers. Sometimes I'll see energy thrown as daggers. It's not daggers. So I don't think it's directed like a target specific to you in the energy realm, but you're feeling this big push of energy that feels like wind, and it's very discombobulating because again, it's coming from multiple directions. So it kind of makes me want to spin. It's like the wind hits me on all these, like on 2 opposite sides, so I start spinning. So you're strong. They say you're strong. Remember your light. Be grounded and have confidence within. Don't let people berate you or put you down. Like, don't even accept that as a truth. And then do what you need to do to get yourself into energetically a safer environment, like one where you don't feel threatened. But this is all energy, it's not physical harm, but where you feel comfortable and safe is what I'm hearing. So hopefully that helps. And I don't even know if you're still on on the call, but I hope that helps. Oh wait, yeah, look, I just scrolled down. I'm in a traumatic situation at work. I cannot return. What are the reasons? The message. Yeah. Okay, so you kind of just confirmed with this one. Um, you need to get a shift, get out. Yeah. So, oh girl, I'm sorry. It felt really heavy. It did. And that there's like a lot of energy around it. A lot of energy for you to carry. And okay, so oh, Magda, I just saw your little message. It's all good. Thank you. You're so sweet. Looked like a typo. K Light Love. Hi, Amy. I don't feel like myself today. I'm really depleted. What is this about people that have passed away but haven't really? Or something that passed and is back? Is this something from a past life? Oh, I'm I'm like so confused by this question. I don't know if this is what you've been experiencing and so you're just, kind of wording it, or if this is a trend that people are talking about. But I guess I'll just go into channel. Let's see what comes through. Yeah, they do want me to share my experience. So last week was really interesting. We had a death in the family, and then like I was popping onto social and other people that I know and follow also. And these were unexpected, but yet made sense. Like some of them have been in the hospital for a while or were older in age, that kind of a thing. But also, I know in the collective, there's been a lot of passing away and physical kind of a death. So I was like, why is it so intense? It felt really intense. And then they were also talking about this cycle, and like that's the rebirth, kind of like the dark night of the soul, the rebirth. And many of us are being pushed through it. It's like really sticky, heavy energy, and we're just getting really pushed through it, is what I'm hearing. And then they show me, like shedding a layer of ourselves. So coming out of it stronger, expanded in our awareness, expanded in our light and our strength. And we're really, again, being called to step up, whatever that looks like. When I say step up, it's more about how much energy of you you're holding and reclaiming yourself and holding your strength, your light, because we're going to, like every day, even if you don't talk to anybody, that frequency is helping to stabilize. It's helping to stabilize the collective energy and the grid and all of that. And then if you are called or you come into interactions with somebody who could need your assistance and help, then you'll be at a space where you're present and put together and can help them. So when you're saying I don't feel like myself and depleted, yes, not only are you going through this reset, but it looks like you're really working a lot right now in the astral realm for sure. And that's even during the day when you're awake. So it's not just at night. So I don't know if y'all have ever felt that before, or how to really put it into words, because the world that we live in doesn't really talk about all of this, but I have felt that. And it's when I'm doing my thing and I'm also realizing that it feels like there's a lot of energy around me, but it's up higher, like it's a higher dimension, not like a higher frequency, but like another dimension that's not non-physicalized. So I guess it could be the same, but it's not like love and light happy vibes versus like a sad low vibe. It's more like an other dimension, and I can feel myself. So it's the astral realm, and I'm like, gosh, somewhere within my awareness, I can tell the energy is not like it usually is, and it's kind of shifting today, or it shifted, and a lot of my light or my soul consciousness that was in the body is expanded out and in another realm. And we do that when we're sleeping, and so half the time we don't remember, or maybe we wake up and we can feel, or we had an active dream. But a lot of us, they're saying, or we're walking in like two different worlds, and the brain and the body is designed to be in this present human form, this dimension. So what your mind and your eyes can see and your brain can comprehend is this reality. But you feel something's off, and there's more, and there's something else happening. And the depletion can come from that, because I see that you're really, not only have you lifted and stretched up and out of the body, but you've only left a little bit. And you're doing a lot of work in the astral realm right now. So eat really healthy, drink a lot of water, get enough sunlight, and get enough sleep that you can. Do everything you can to support the body, because the body's health is a combination of the physical form, but also our light in the body. And your battery's a little low because you are, it's kind of like, the way I could put it is, you've left enough in the body that you would need, like the bare minimum, and a lot of the rest of it's in the astral. And get this, they're saying about 3 more weeks. So I think they said 3 weeks something earlier. I feel like there's something going on right now. And whatever happens in the astral, sometimes we find out about it. And usually if we do, and it's like a collective thing, we don't know for a period of time into the future, then we'll know. But so that's one aspect. And then okay, and then something about things that have passed in our back, or you felt past life or something. I'm feeling like you're just feeling the interdimensional realm. And when you go into that other frequency, that's like where I go when I do past life work for myself or others. You can see the visions there, and it's like these hologram stories that overlap. Or you can pick which one you want to pull into your awareness and read it. So maybe that's some of what it is. We always feel like, have y'all ever noticed, like sometimes we feel like, oh, I'm going to access a past life. I'm going to go to that past life or remember it for information, for healing, for wisdom, whatever needs to come through, right? But have y'all thought about the part that's you from the past or the future or a parallel is coming to this life? So I'm thinking, and that's what I'm getting. Yeah, that some of that's happening too. So it's that interaction, that conversation. And that's really weird. I don't know if you all have ever felt yourself die before, but I have, from having past life memories. And also, that's an emotion, and it's this deep feeling. And I can't say, like, I'm not going to say if it's good or bad, because it's natural. It's a part of the experience. It's sensations of energy, some thought, some emotion. But it could be that you're re-experiencing some of that, and for whatever way. And some of us right now, they're saying we're very, very traumatized. Some of us are very traumatized at a soul level by death, because potentially in the past, maybe we died in a traumatic way, or, we weren't expecting it, and our life was shorter than we had planned. And so the soul level can have these like these little reservations about what's going on right now. And so it's kind of like if we had an experience and then we sense something similar to it in our subconscious or in our energy field, it can bring through that vibration, and we don't know what it is, but we can be afraid, or we can say, I don't know what that's about, but it feels very familiar. And I feel like the last time I felt this, I wasn't pleased with the outcome. So that can be some of it as well. And so the way through that, journal, sleep, eat right, exercise, like they were saying, and definitely get sunlight. They're talking about the light codes, getting the sunlight. And it's good. The whole thing is good, because although you're going through the process, you're going to have strengthened your field, reset. And I'm seeing the light in your cells. Like, I want to say you'll reset at a cellular level, but it's not just physical body. Like, it's a full soul rebirth kind of a thing, like a reset. And you're also, I want to use the word rewiring, but what I see are these wires or connections to programming from this life and other lives, and I actually see them unwinding and releasing. So it's a full reset there. I mean, like, I'm just kind of blown away by this information, but it makes sense to me that this that I'm sharing that's coming in will kind of feel, at least for me, a little bit of the way that you worded it. So hopefully that helps. I'm going to scroll the bottom. I'm going to scroll the comments now. Let me know what you guys feel like. Are you experiencing this also? Because I have been little like little peaks of it over the past probably 4 to 6 weeks, like just, throughout the day, maybe I'll get a flash of this awareness or something like that. So it's very interesting. So, hi, Universal Essentials. Hi. You're saying I just meditated today and was told to get in the sunlight more. I did it and it felt so much better. Yeah, there's something magical about the sun right now. It's very important, I feel. And Stacy, okay, you have a question. Okay, I'll come back to you. Hi, Weekend Healers. Hi, love. Welcome. I'm more on your time zone. So it's really cool that you can make it. Hello. Hi, Aurora. Hi. Okay, so we have requests for message or for readings. All right, cool. So let me do some readings. I'm gonna pop into the little question mark box and I'll come back through. And yeah, so if you want your question answered, you can also put it in the question mark box and I might see it first. And you did. Michelle, you put it in both. Perfect. It popped right up. Okay. Ooh, that's a really cool request. I love this. Michelle's saying, can we get a message for everyone that's here on the live tonight from our higher selves as one, please? Ooh, I love that. Oh my gosh, and this is super cool. Clairvoyantly, um, you have to go up really high to have a unified field of our higher selves, let's say, conversating. So I'm switching my frequency and hopefully I don't forget words. That can happen, but let me go. The first thing I'll just say is like I'm seeing 4 bubbles of light that are pretty significant. The first is blue, and it's actually not really a bubble. It's like a disc up really high, and it's a frequency of energy. So all of the vibrations of the souls that like resonate in that, it's blue. Then there was a white and a purple, and then this other color that came in that was a little bit smaller. It was orange. Oh, this is fun. You know what I'm seeing and feeling if y'all can relate to this, well, I guess it doesn't matter the age, but at school, if you went to public schools and it was like all of the classes coming into the gym or the auditorium for, a program or something. I'm hearing tons of noise, like in a really good way. And it's this group coming in and then this group coming in, and the energy is kind of echoing or bouncing off as, if we're going to say human life talking, but it's the energy. And so let me get it all settled. So it all kind of settles, and there's a lot of white light flowing around that reminds me of like angel wings or white light coming around over the whole group. And then they're like, shh, quiet. It feels like a teacher's talking. Okay, so then this is really cool. So then the vision is showing, so they're like, shh, quiet. And everybody's, oh my God. Okay, maybe y'all can feel this in your heart because the energy's shifting. Everybody's calming. They're so excited. And then it's like, as a human, you would say everybody's holding hands or linking arms. But the energy here is like merging. So your light, your aura is overlapping a little or touching on the edges. It's buoyant, touching. So everybody's connecting. All right, let's feel relaxed and feel as we hear what message they say or comes through. I guess it's from all of us, yeah? Okay, so one moment. I'll just repeat the words as it comes through. There's peace in this gentle wave of ascension and awareness. There's peace and a calmness as you're holding the light on earth. And what is this light, you would say? This is the frequency of all. This is the frequency of one. This is a frequency of truth. And it's a vibration of, they're saying truth, but what it feels like is this knowing that we already know our goal and where we're going to be. And we're holding light from a very, very, very high frequency. It literally looks like rays from the sun, like these sheets of light, rays of light going straight down on earth, holding the frequency, while the energy is flushed up. So like if you were to pour water in something and then you watch all the dust at the bottom settle and come up, that's what I'm seeing. So they're saying that right now we're feeling the muckiness. We're feeling the energy getting kicked up and stirred up. And they're showing now it looks like a flood. And there's people floating and they're afraid they're going to drown in all of the energy. And so your light can go underneath like a lifesaver, like a raft, and push them up and help support them and remind them how to, they're saying how to balance and swim. So in our words, we would say how to swim, but they say how to balance. And I see them coming up and kind of like riding or surfing or floating on the top of this wave. So that's what we're doing right now. And my guides are smiling. They're saying, I'm doing a good job trying to describe this message and vision. And hopefully you guys can understand that. But this is what we're meant to do right now. And there's a lot of sadness that I'm feeling. There's a lot, some of you, and I'll say maybe me too, are so sensitive in spirit that we knew we needed to be here for a reason. But, well, the guides, somebody's guides, are saying, you were a little overexcited. And you were like, me, let me go down. I'm going to go in a body. But you had no idea how hard it was going to be. So part of the spirit or soul is a little sad, like, oh my gosh, I didn't know it was going to be so hard. So extra support, call on support, call on your team. Ask your soul to converse with your guides and give you more support, they're saying. And I literally see like your arms out, and then they link your arms and lift you up, that your guides will lift you up. So we can lift each other up, right? So in that original group, it's all of us coming together. So if somebody feels like they're slipping, don't be devastated. You just lost your bearing, your footing. You know how to, they're saying you know how to ride on the top of this wave. And that's the thing. This energy is coming. It's lifting people, but if it's too intense, they might not understand. They might slip and feel like they're going to drown in it, but you're not. So they keep showing me the ending of it. And that's where we have all of this peace and strength and like this really strong surety. Like we feel really sure within the group's collective at a high place that it's all good. And there's no doubt that it's hard or it can be scary, but we're going to make it through. That's the message. Wow. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I was just feeling all the energy because I was a channel trying to put it in words, all the pictures, but whenever I tell you these pictures, I'm feeling it. So thank you, Stacy. I hope you all felt it too. That was really important. Everybody's happy in that auditorium space, that really high where they're all together. I'm looking at it and they're all happy. There's two things. It's like talking and happiness. And then I feel like everyone's energy's coming together, singing like this, humming like this song. And it's, oh, it's so cute. Anyway, they're like, yeah, we've got this, but this is so cute. I could cry because the little ones are coming in. Like, it's like, okay, we all met, and now the kindergartners and first graders are walking in. Yeah, they're saying you need to be reminded that everybody here, everybody listening, is more like their grades above in advancement, right? We have experience, we have light, we understand the seriousness of it. The little ones are still asking to be taken care of, right? And so we're teaching them foundational skills for safety, for remembering their light, for encouraging them so they can bring through all of these beautiful new advancements in technology and, you know, the love that's coming through so they can just be themselves and not have to worry. And that's us in soul level. And if that's you as a soul, that's you here in spirit or in physical too, right? So you're probably going to notice that you might feel a high level, it's not a burden, maybe responsibility, but there's a higher level of awareness where you might say, I know about a lot of stuff happening right now, and it would not be for anybody's health or the best, at all, highest good, or the discernment around it is saying that you are taking care of it and you're helping others where they're at, right? Like the vision is parents and children, older siblings and younger siblings. We don't stress the little ones out about things. And so if somebody is not in a place to really engage in a specific conversation or talk about something, or what's going on, and you just know it's not like the right time or thing to share that topic, then don't, because they're not ready. But when they start getting curious, like when kids start to get curious and they're asking us, then yeah, right? So we would go to our parents when we need something. And it was kind of like, I know when I was little, you ask a question and you get a direction like, oh, go do this, or yes or no, or whatever. But I didn't need the full explanation about it. As I got older, then I got more curious and I would ask, well, why? So use your discernment with that, because they're showing, and I know everybody, if you're listening to this message is for you. And it can be lonely, and you could feel like you're holding that, and it's like you have to be really strong in whatever way. Maybe it is your aura. So ground within and brighten your energy field, and you'll get through it. And that's exactly what came through at the beginning. I think I mentioned where it might feel like we didn't get this lesson in a textbook. We're going to be called into positions where we depend on going within, discerning by feeling the light of us and asking our soul, what do I do here in this situation? And you'll get the message through. And that's also why it's so important to be clear in your energy, so that your intuition can be like a little bit more on point, right? And that when you tune in with your clair-gifts, you can actually access information and hear it more clearly and get specific either words or that frequency and vibration from within that's going to just help push you through. So your guides and the archangels and whoever you work with, ascended masters, God's pure light, source energy, whoever you work with, they're there. But don't discount talking to your soul, your higher self. Like, don't discount all of the wisdom that you have, because there's a reason you're here. So don't, again, in that way, don't discount yourself. Don't give away, like how amazing you are, and just look to higher beings to help you. You have to really, you're here in the body for a reason. Your spirit guides are not here in the body because they have a different role. And essentially, you will make all of the choices. So while we go to them for assistance and support, don't overlook your intuition, your soul knowing. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. So, oh my gosh, Michelle. Amazing question. Thank you so much. Love it. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next one. We'll see how many we can do tonight. So let's see. Just going to see if there's any more like for the collective that really stand out for me. There was one. Where did it go? Okay, Ms. Liz 08, how can I help open the hearts of my clients more before and during energy sessions? Okay, I mean, I don't know if you're going to be like taken back by this, but the first message I got was some need to stay right where they are. And they're going to explain that. So I would preface this with, unless you're getting the message to open their heart, then we can talk about that. We will. But before we get to that, have y'all noticed when you have those heart openings that it can be a lot on your system? Whenever I had different stages of heart openings, it was a lot. I was very sensitive and I was crying a lot. I wasn't sad, but my heart, that clairsentient ability, we process information that way. And it was kind of a lot on my system to get used to and to integrate and all of that. So one message is, if the timing isn't right, that would not be the best for the client, because maybe their energy is focusing on other areas to heal or stabilize. And so, if they're not at a place for the next level of awakening or heart opening, then they need to be able to integrate the work they've done, stabilize, and also, again, it's coming through again, past life healing, healing the past, healing, healing, healing. And so, um, let me ask them. Okay, well, the picture they're showing me is like this big black cube, like a square cube in the body. Heart down, like it goes in the heart and it's like resting in the gut. And they're saying that might represent all the crap that needs to be reckoned with and reconciled, healed, released. And also, like a lot of the times when we do healing, big ass part of it is taking accountability. And that can be super hard, especially if it was a past life kind of a thing. So that's when we go into meditation and you can work with the oversoul and all involved in the past life with their oversouls. But what they're showing me is this aspect of somebody has all this energy, and then if you open the heart, it's gonna it would just be so much, because just like that first vision where they showed all the light coming in and it felt like floodwaters were coming up, that's what would happen. And then it would push all of that junk up, like, at one time, like in 1 hour, when it really should take 4 months or something. And it would just be way too much for their system to process. So, heart openings very, very slowly. Technically, I can share with you how you do that. And you'll know if their body is wanting to. So I have have these like gloves on. It was cold today after that tornado and rain. I was like, okay, I need to get some tea and sweater with built-in mittens. But so I'm just going to leave this for the visual. But what you do when you're doing Reiki or another type of energy work, let's just act like they're physically with you. Well, okay, physical or remote, you do everything you need to do to prepare. If you do energy work, and then you fill your hands, you let the light come out. I can't, it's just bothering me. I can't. Okay, there we go. So you let the light come out of your palm chakras and fill it with light, and then you go in around their chakra and let it build, okay, till wherever it stops. So let's say it stops right here, and then you're charging it. You just charge it until the energy, the heat in your hands kind of subside. And then you'll say, okay, I've just charged up their chakra. You'll know. It's like, oh, it's charged. And then what you do is you bring your hands in just a tiny, like I can feel the energy, just a tiny bit. I'm like, this must be my heart chakra. I'm trying to do an experiment here, or an example, but I can actually feel the energy and I'm like, oh, it's my heart chakra. So you go in just a tiny bit, like literally like a tiny bit. After it's charged, you go in just a tiny bit and you're going to feel it click, and you ask to, and by the way, the color I'm seeing is gold, and you just ask to see if you can show or entrain the heart chakra, and then you slowly pull your hands back again. Like maybe you went in 1/4 of an inch and you come out 1/2 to 3/4, and you just slowly pull it out until your hands stop. Now, if your hands don't come out, then their chakra's not ready to open. And so if it does, then you just pull it out until it stops, and then you hold it and you charge it up so that that extra space fills with light. And that's how you do it. So hopefully that helps. But they're saying, maybe we feel like we want to balance all the chakras and they all should be a certain way, but actually our chakras are always in flux, and they are dilated or opened based on what's needed. So you'll know, like when you open it, if there's something lodged in there and you pull out a block, then you could say, oh, I'm meant to open it because there was something I'm fixing. But otherwise, don't try and force a chakra opened or closed, because some chakras are overactive, right? So when they're overactive, you might be like, whoa, what's going on here, right? But it might be for that season, that time. Maybe they are called that they need more solar plexus energy for the next 2 weeks or something, right? So you don't want to mess with it. You really go in and you talk to the chakra and see what it needs based on its needs, not what we're taught in a book. The chakras, the circumference of them, they're not all the same at every point of time. So feel it and see, But one thing is, it always should have a flow of energy in and out the back if it's the 5 in the midline. So that can help you rectify it. If you're not feeling energy go in or come out the back, that's when you go in and remove the blockages. And then that, in a sense, opens it, because it opens the channel that was clogged. Now the light can go through. So, yeah, so hopefully that helps. Y'all are going to hear all kinds of noises because I now have 2 cats in here going at it. They're so stir crazy when the storms come. Both of all of our pets are rescues, and the cats had experience with outdoors way before, like way before they knew me. So there's no keeping these ones in the house. So they like to go sit on the porch, and they like to, sit on the fence, and one climbs on my roof. Well, now that it's been storming, they're in here so bored. So yeah, you already saw Lola a minute ago walk across. And you might see Bodhi now, so yeah. Oh gosh, they're so funny. Okay, let's see. So, all right, thank you, Ms. Liz, for asking that. I think that's something that all of us healers that maybe don't have experience and are learning about it, or even like myself, I love hearing other people's experiences and techniques and messages that come through, because the thing about this reality, or all reality in general, and this work, there's never really one right way, right? So it's really independent on the situation. So yeah. Okay, Lena, you're asking, I feel blocked. I channeled healing blue light and saw energy structures in the past. Is there any message for me about this? I'd be really grateful for any advice. Why do you feel blocked from that, or just like right now you feel blocked in general? Let me ask about that healing blue energy structures. Yeah, you have clairvoyant abilities, and you also, I'm definitely feeling we're working with starseed energy. I can't discern if it's either Syrian or Arcturian. It might be some of both. I think, but I think that was part of it, restructuring something. But do you feel blocked in general, or you feel blocked about this question, this experience? Let me know, and then I'll tune in to that, like, with more direction. Okay, this is so fun. Who else is on with questions? Aw, I love to see all your stars and hearts and sparkles for our group message. Oh, thank you, everyone. Oh, hi. Greetings from Kuwait. Hello. I am in Texas now, so here in the US, and it's it's getting late, but that's okay. I'm clearly a night owl. Oh, okay, Lena, you said you had an accident and so you're feeling stuck. Well, let me just tune in to see what messages come through for you. I don't know if it will be specific to what you're asking about, like these topics, but let me just tune in for you. So one moment. I gotta switch the energy for us here. So one second. I'm seeing things. I'm just asking for clarity. So one second. Yeah. Have you ever heard of the Hara line? It's a energy line that goes through the IED point, the stellar gateway, down through the soul star chakra, then into the 7 major chakras and down past the Earth Star chakra. Your Hara line is a little offset. Now, I don't know when you talk about this accident, if it was strictly physical, but how can anything be strictly physical, right? I think that the energy of it shook you up and your Hara line's a little offset. So the way they're showing me the sounds, like the two, like if I could hear energy, which I can, so pretend like you can hear energy too, or maybe y'all are hearing it. There's two tones and or two sounds, and it should be like this, right? But up the Hara line, this one's over here. So it needs to come together. You could work, girl, just you can do it in meditation if you work with your guides and maybe a tuning fork or a crystal bowl or humming mantras with your own voice. But I won't lie, like this is hard, or it can be more advanced. It's more advanced. That's a better way of it. So if you want to work with a practitioner, I can do this healing, or I can refer you to somebody. You can message me, or you can look for a healer and ask them if they've ever done Hara line healing. That's what I'm getting you would need. Hara line, when it's out of alignment, we do feel, we could maybe say blocked, but we feel disconnected from our soul energy and that soul light path. I mean, we're still us. It's still our soul, but it's not centered, right? It's not aligned. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. So hopefully that helps. Let me see what else. Oh, you say no. I'm not sure what the no is about. Oh, okay. I didn't see when you said no. I didn't see when you said that in response to what I was asking. But Hara line healing, love, that's what I'm getting for you. Okay. All right. Let me check out the questions a little bit more. I think I'm going to take one more question. Maybe two. I don't know. I feel the energy starting to, like they're starting to step back. April, hi Amy. We've done energy healing and I've learned great new energy clearing exercises. I still feel stuck in life and career mode. I can't see myself going back as a hygienist, but if I don't figure it out, I will have to go back. Are there any messages that my guides may suggest? Yeah, so the thing of it is, I mean, it does feel like you're running out of time to make a decision. So you might overlap. I see the number 4 for April, and then it flows through to August. So it feels like you might, like that's it. I don't know how far you can put out before you would need to go back, but kind of feels like April is like you definitely need to go, you need to get a job or have the income in April, and that you could be working as a hygienist through August while you are looking for other options. And I've heard this recently, so maybe this message is coming in, maybe it makes sense. It's easier to find a job sometimes when you have one, which is weird. I don't know why, but so maybe that's what you could do. And it looks like it could be parlayed into something else. Your energy and your skill set is really in a space where you can move it into another career field, but it's almost like putting pressure on yourself and trying to stress and find solutions and the answers isn't going to be the best. It's not going to be the most supportive for you. And so going back with something that maybe you don't like, but you feel comfortable with it in the way that you've done it and you know what's expected, then you can, it kind of just feels like going through the motions because you're so good at it or you've done it so often, and then you can use your energy to look for something else to see what will come on for you. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that really helps. And I want to thank everybody so much for being here. The energy's closing, and I just looked at my clock. It's been like an hour and 15 minutes almost, so that makes sense. Because my guides are in my own energy is like, time for bed, girl. So I'm gonna look into going to bed soon. And yeah, so I will always pop on for lives very spontaneously. That's just what I do. So there's a way if you want to turn notifications on for all of the things that I post, or just the lives or stories or what have you. But yeah, I'd love to connect again next time. And if you're new, I also have the Spirit and Soul Healing podcast, which I'm actually like really happy and totally stoked about, because I mean, I'm at 54 episodes coming out on Friday, and I'm going to say this with clearly knowing that I might break the streak, but I haven't missed a week. Like, it's been episodes. Da, 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 da. And right when I feel like, oh, I don't have an episode in the queue, another one comes through. So if you would like to hear some of the most recent messages from the Council of Light for what's happening right now, and then a message from last week, which was specific to you, of course, because, light working, those of us that are really kind of called to that next level of holding energy and peace and balance, they have an awesome message. But yeah, there's tons of really cool episodes if you want to check that out. And then I will be co-hosting a women's retreat in the end of April. If you're interested, you can message me. I just have to get my website and all the info on, and then I'll put it out here probably in stories and on the page. Definitely it's easier for me to post on Instagram than to do a newsletter. But I'm sure I'll have to, at some point I'll get a newsletter out. But yeah, just a little heads up about that. So what else? I feel like there was something else to share. They're reminding me. I'm also working on a class that will be available in the next couple of months. So if you're interested, the class is beginner level steps about connecting in with guides and angels. It's kind of like part 1 of my book, The Ultimate Guide to Channeling. And so far I have 7 hours of content and videos, all like beautifully laid out. I just have one more topic to teach on, and then I will be releasing that. So again, if you're interested, or if you would like to be kind of like I'm thinking I might open it up at the beginning for just a few people to go through it. And then if you want to give me feedback, then, just to make it really good. So if you would like to audit the class and kind of just go through ahead of time, let me know. Send me a direct message. And if you're listening on the replay, you can also email me. I'll put all the info below in the notes or the caption. So thank you, everybody. I hope you have a good night's sleep or a beautiful day wherever you are. And I want to thank you all for being here. All right, I'll see you again. Okay, bye.